Right now, while you're watching this, there is a number sitting on a screen somewhere that could decide whether your portfolio grows by thousands of dollars this year or gets left behind completely, and most people are about to miss it because they're staring at the wrong chart. Inflation just cooled again, tensions in Iran are rattling energy markets at the same time, and 4 specific stocks are sitting at the exact intersection of both stories. Stick around, because by the end of this video you'll know exactly which ones, why. The timing matters more than the ticker, and how these two very different forces are quietly setting up one of the more interesting stretches we've seen in a while. Before we get into it, if you're new here, this channel is called Ticker Hawk, and we break down what's actually moving markets without the hype and without pretending anyone has a crystal ball. If that sounds useful to you, hit subscribe now so you don't lose this when the algorithm buries it tomorrow, because we're about to get into the real reasoning behind these 4 picks, and honestly, the reasoning matters more than the tickers themselves. So let's set the stage properly, because context is everything here, and skipping this part is exactly how people end up buying the wrong thing at the wrong time. For months, the Federal Reserve has been telling anyone who would listen that they need clear, repeated proof that inflation is actually breaking before they'll touch interest rates. Not a good month here or there, but sustained, believable proof across the board. That proof is finally starting to show up in a meaningful way. The most recent readings point toward price growth slowing across multiple sectors at once, not just one category getting lucky for a single reporting period. That distinction matters because a broad cooling trend is much harder to argue with than a narrow one, and it's exactly the kind of data the Fed has said it's been waiting for. It opens the door to something the market has wanted for a long time, which is the first real conversation about cutting rates instead of just holding them steady month after month. But here's the twist that most people scrolling past headlines are missing completely, and it's the piece that actually makes this moment interesting instead of just another data release. At the exact same time inflation is cooling, tension in Iran has been climbing, and that is not just a geopolitical story for the news anchors to talk about for 30 seconds and move on from. It directly touches energy prices and global shipping routes, and that is arguably the single biggest thing standing between where inflation is right now and where the Fed actually wants it to be. Energy costs feed into almost everything: transportation, manufacturing, even the price of groceries on a shelf. So when a region tied to global energy supply gets tense, it acts like a brake pressing against the same cooling trend everyone's celebrating. So you have 2 forces pulling in opposite directions at the same time, one cooling the economy down and one keeping a floor under prices through energy costs and trade friction, and understanding that push and pull is the entire key to reading this market correctly right now. Here's why that combination is actually an opportunity instead of just noise. And this is the part a lot of casual investors overlook. Markets hate uncertainty more than they hate bad news. A confirmed bad number is something the market can price in and move past. Genuine uncertainty, the kind where nobody knows which direction things break, is what actually keeps money sitting in cash on the sidelines. Once we get a few more months of confirmed cooling data, and once the situation in Iran finds some kind of stabilization, even a tense but predictable one, rather than a fully resolved one, that combination tends to unlock rallies rather than suppress them. Think of it like a coiled spring sitting under pressure. Right now capital is cautious, sitting on the sidelines, waiting for clarity before committing. The moment clarity shows up, even partial clarity, that money tends to move fast, because nobody wants to be the last one in once the direction becomes obvious. That is the setup we're watching for, and it's exactly why positioning now, carefully and without going all in, tends to matter more than waiting around for a perfect certainty that realistically never fully arrives in this business. Now, quick reality check before we go further, because this matters more than any stock pick we're about to cover. Nothing in this video is a guarantee, and nobody, no matter how experienced or how long they've been doing this, can promise you outcomes in the market. A reasonable approach that a lot of experienced investors quietly follow is never putting more than 5 to 10% of a portfolio into any single position, staying diversified across sectors, and doing your own homework on top of anything you hear anywhere, including here on this channel. Protect your capital first and think about growth second, because growth only matters if you're still in the game long enough to enjoy it. A lot of accounts don't blow up because someone picked the wrong stock. They blow up because someone sized a good pick too aggressively. Let's also talk honestly about something a lot of finance content online won't touch directly, which is the growing pile of trading bots and fully automated systems people are handing their money over to without asking many questions. These tools have a real structural weakness that doesn't get talked about enough in the marketing around them. They're built on historical data and rigid rule sets, and markets simply don't move on historical data alone. They move on breaking news, On shifting sentiment overnight, on geopolitical shocks that happened an hour ago and haven't been priced into any training set yet because they're too recent to exist in the data. A system built entirely on yesterday's patterns can be caught flat-footed by something happening right now in real time, like a sudden headline out of the Middle East, a surprise line buried in an earnings call, or a policy comment nobody expected. That's not really a knock on the technology itself. Plenty of these tools are genuinely useful. For narrow, specific tasks, it's more of a structural limitation worth understanding clearly before you let anything trade completely unsupervised with money you actually care about. The honest takeaway here isn't to fear these tools or throw them out entirely. It's to treat them as one input among several, not the entire decision-making process on their own. If you've made it this far, you're already ahead of most people watching finance content today, because most viewers click away before the actual reasoning even starts, and the reasoning is the entire point. So thank you for sticking around, and stay with us, because the next few minutes are where this actually gets practical and where we name real names, real tickers, and real reasons behind each one. It's also worth mentioning how this kind of setup has historically played out, just so you have some real context instead of a vague promise. Markets don't usually move in a straight line when uncertainty is this layered. They tend to chop sideways for a stretch, while investors wait for confirmation. And then once enough confirmation piles up, the move higher or lower tends to happen faster than most people expect, catching latecomers off guard. That's part of why watching these signals now, before the move is obvious to everyone, tends to matter more than reacting after the fact, once it's already priced in and the easy gains are gone. None of this means rushing in blindly. It means paying attention early and being ready to act with a clear plan, instead of scrambling later. All right, with all of that context locked in properly, let's rank the 4 stocks that fit this exact moment, starting from the more cautious end of the spectrum and building up to the one we think deserves the most attention right now heading into the rest of the year. Coming in at number 4 is Starbucks. Now, at first glance, you might genuinely wonder why a household name like this lands at the bottom of the list. And the honest answer is that it's currently in a real transition period. Not a crisis, but a transition. Labor costs have been elevated. Across the industry, the core consumer has been feeling squeezed by years of higher prices everywhere they shop. And the China market, which used to be a huge growth engine for the company, has quietly turned into more of a soft spot than a strength over the past couple of years. That said, this is not a stock to simply write off and forget about. There's a newer leadership team in place with a turnaround plan that the market has been watching closely, quarter after quarter, waiting for signs it's actually working. Starbucks also remains a genuine consumer staple with real sticky brand loyalty behind it that doesn't disappear overnight just because margins are tight for a stretch. For patient investors, this can function as more of a slow, steady dividend and gradual growth play rather than an explosive short-term mover that doubles in a matter of weeks. It rewards patience far more than it rewards excitement. And that's exactly why it sits at number 4 instead of higher up this particular list. Moving up to number 3, we have Iran. This one is a genuinely different animal compared to the rest of this list. A lot of people still file this under Bitcoin miner in their heads and move on without digging deeper. But that framing undersells what's actually happening inside the company right now. It has been expanding aggressively into high-performance computing infrastructure, which puts it at a fairly rare crossroads of 2 major themes at the same time, the crypto cycle on one side and the broader AI computing boom on the other. If rate cuts eventually arrive and capital starts flowing back into higher risk, higher reward assets the way it typically does in that kind of environment, names tied to both crypto and computing infrastructure at once tend to see outsized moves, and that cuts in both directions, up and down. This is genuinely a higher risk, higher reward name on this list, and it demands active attention rather than a set it and forget it approach where you buy once and check back in 6 months. If you're comfortable with real volatility and you size the position appropriately for your own risk tolerance, this is the kind of stock that can meaningfully move a portfolio in a short window of time. But it is absolutely not one to treat casually or oversized just because the upside story sounds exciting. At number 2, we have Amazon, and this is where the tone of this list shifts from purely speculative to what a lot of experienced investors would call a safety and power play rolled into one single position. Prime membership has become close to a fixture in a huge number of American households at this point. That kind of embedded habit gives Amazon a level of pricing power that's genuinely hard for competitors to challenge. AWS continues to be the backbone that a huge portion of the current AI infrastructure boom actually runs on behind the scenes, which means Amazon benefits simultaneously from everyday consumer spending and from the enterprise cloud story that's dominating headlines elsewhere. As cooling inflation gradually gives consumers a bit more breathing room in their monthly budgets, Retail spending tends to pick back up across the board, and Amazon's high-margin advertising business has been growing quietly and consistently in the background this entire time, often overlooked next to the retail and cloud headlines. This combination of consumer resilience, cloud infrastructure dominance, and a steadily expanding advertising arm is exactly why it lands near the top of this list as a name genuinely built for both stability and continued growth at once, rather than forcing you to choose between the two. And that brings us to number 1, the stock we think deserves the most attention out of everyone on this entire list right now, and it's Microsoft. This is a company that sits at the intersection of nearly every major theme currently driving markets forward. It carries one of the strongest balance sheets of any company on the planet, genuinely low volatility relative to its size and scale, and cloud growth that keeps accelerating rather than showing any real signs of slowing down. Its AI features are being woven directly into everyday tools like Office 365 and its developer platforms, and its deep, ongoing partnership with OpenAI puts it right at the center of the exact technology that competitors are still racing to catch up to. When the broader economy cools and institutional capital goes looking for safety, balance sheets like this one tend to be exactly where that money quietly lands first. Microsoft has the added benefit of also being a genuine growth story layered on top of being a safe one, which is a rare combination to find in a single name. Recent cloud revenue growth has come in strong, and the company has repeatedly beaten its own guidance over the last several quarters, which is exactly the kind of consistent signal that tends to bring in fresh analyst upgrades over time rather than one-off enthusiasm. That combination of safety and genuine upside at the same time is rare in this market, and it's exactly why this name sits at the very top of this list right now. Before we wrap this up, take a second and actually think about which of these 4 fits your own personal situation best, because they're honestly not all built for the same kind of investor or the same kind of risk tolerance. Starbucks rewards patience and a longer time horizon. Iran rewards genuine risk tolerance paired with active management, and Amazon and Microsoft both reward people looking for a thoughtful blend of stability and long-term growth without wanting to babysit a position every single day. Drop a comment down below and let us know which one you're watching most closely right now and why. We genuinely read every single one that comes in, and it shapes what we cover in future videos more than you'd probably expect. If this breakdown helped you think through the current market a little differently than you did 10 minutes ago, do us a favor and hit that like button before you go. And if you know someone who's been a little too reliant on a trading bot or an app doing all of their thinking for them lately, go ahead and send this video their way. It might genuinely change how they approach things going forward. The bigger picture here is actually pretty simple once you strip away all the noise around it. We're in a moment where 2 big forces, cooling inflation on one side and geopolitical uncertainty on the other, are pulling directly against each other, and history has shown time and time again that once that kind of standoff resolves, even partially rather than completely, markets tend to move fast in one direction rather than drifting slowly. Nobody has a perfect crystal ball here, and anyone online who tells you otherwise with total confidence is usually selling you something alongside that confidence. But understanding the forces actually at play, staying properly diversified, protecting your downside first, and knowing which companies are positioned to genuinely benefit once clarity finally arrives, that combination is how thoughtful, patient investors actually navigate moments exactly like this one instead of guessing. Stay patient, stay diversified, and keep doing your own research on top of everything you hear anywhere, including everything you just heard in this video. Subscribe to Tickerhawk if you want more breakdowns like this one as the situation continues to develop over the coming weeks, and we'll see you in the next one.